Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, the e-tron 55 has just been collected by the Audi dealer who got the contract from the lease company, and I will show you what I have got as its replacement. No, I'm joking. That's my wife's car. We just bought that one, but more about that one on the channel soon. That's a Fiat 500e La Prima, and it is fabulous. But this is the new one. And as you may recognise, that is the new Audi Q6 e-tron. Now, when I ordered this, the only one that you could get was the Quattro. And you could get that in a Sport, an S-Line, or an Edition 1. This is a Sport Quattro. And now you can order them as a rear-wheel drive with a smaller battery, as a rear-wheel drive slightly more powerful with the same battery as this. This is the 95 battery, and you can get the Quattro versions. The Sport Quattro comes with leather and all the bits that I'm ever going to need. And 19-inch wheels. The S-Line, you get 20-inch wheels, privacy glass, and a load of S-Line badges, but that's about the only extra that you get. And then on the Edition 1, you get some more toys on it. You get the microfiber kind of combined seats and lots of fabric trim on all the touch materials, and you get 21-inch wheels. And then the Edition 1 comes on sport suspension. Now, part of my reason for this one is this one comes with the sport seats, the same as the S-Line. I thought the sport seats were fabulous in the A1 and the Q3 that I had. But I thought the ride comfort on the Q3 with the sport suspension and the 21-inch wheels was absolutely awful. So I wanted to avoid that. The Sport and the S-Line, they come on comfort suspension. So we're going to take this for a spin when Ben is home later, and going to do some filming with this car. But as you can see, we've got nice sport seats. We've got this new panoramic MMI system on it, which is really nice. The Edition 1, where I've got that shiny black over on the left, that's got an extra screen in there, but I didn't want that. My kids are a pain for changing radio channels and streaming their own music on the car. Last thing I need to do is give them a screen where they can control even more of my my in-flight, my audio and entertainment systems on it. So this is looking pretty nice inside. I am quite impressed with that. I do like this kind of leather effect on here, this big screen. And all Quattros right now, they come with what's called the Sound and Vision Pack. And as you can see, that is a great big augmented reality. So it can even kind of arrow, kind of superimpose over the road in front of you. That's going to be quite all run now on Android, so it's kind of Google-based software. But this is a tidy interior. I'm impressed with this. I had seen one in the dealers, but it was an Edition 1 in a Sport, and never seen an S-Line. So rear seat space, I don't think it's going to be as good as the Q8, but I see how I am doing. Well, I'm in the back. I'm 6'3". I've got plenty of space here. I've got loads of headroom, even though I've got the panoramic roof, which is an option. So that is pretty decent in here. I am liking this. And the interior, as you can see, just looking through from the back, lots of that shiny piano black. Every road test I see, every YouTuber, they tell me that, oh, that's going to get scratched and that's going to be terrible. Well, there's quite a lot of shiny black in the old e-tron 55 that's just left, and that was absolutely fine. That didn't pick up any scratches. It does show a few fingerprints on it, but I just keep off in the glove box and wipe things over. That also comes in very handy for keeping the touchscreens nice and tidy too. But this is quite nice. I've got to say, looking down here, this doesn't feel quite as premium as the Q8 and the e-tron 55. This feels a little bit kind of plastic. It's soft touch, but it just doesn't look as nice as the one that I did have. It's all a bit kind of odd. But you have got separate temperature on this. So this is 3-zone climate control. I had the 4-zone option on the previous one. And just to keep the kids really happy, heated rear seats, they are going to be over the moon. They were quite upset to lose the heated seats out of my Hyundai and not get them in the e-tron 55. Right, let's go open the boot up and see how much space that's got. So I have got some all-weather mats in there that have got to go in. But one thing that's really important to me, 40-20-40 split rear seat, so I can get the skis in it when we run down to the mountains. It's a pretty good boot. It's almost flat. I've got a portable charger. I've got a holder for it. It does seem to rise up just a little bit there, so it won't be completely flat, but that's not essential. I reckon I can still get suitcases in this pretty easily. But certainly from here upwards, that is much, much deeper than the 55. And although there's not a great deal of space above, that angle is a bit more vertical than on the old car. The old car was more kind of sloping, more coupe-like at the back end, although it was the SUV, not the Sportback. But I reckon that's a decent sized boot. That is going to tick all the boxes. That's going to do everything we need. And then underfloor, again, sound division pack. So I've got that great big subwoofer in there. I've got the charging cables. I've got the industrial adapter because that portable charger runs at 7 kilowatts. If you can put it on a commando socket. And then I've got my tyre repair kit hidden way down there. Was more convenient to have it in the front because if I get a blowout and I've got this thing loaded up with luggage on a holiday, well, I've got to get all the luggage out to get down to that repair kit. Colour-wise, this is plasma blue. Now it's showing up on my phone screen as quite a light blue, but it's actually a very kind of grey blue colour on this right now. And as you can see, they're 19-inch wheels. And the new style front on it as well, so I think that's quite stylish. The bumper is slightly different on the S-lines, but I think that's pretty attractive, very nice. You've got these pixelated lights at the front here, and then the headlights in below. Apparently the headlights are really good, but you don't get matrix lights on this as standard. Didn't have them on my Technic, but I used to pay every winter for the the upgrade pack, and yeah, I'm sure I can do that through the Audi function store. Just do 6 months for matrix lights. Front-wise, this is a bit of an odd one. This really should be standard stuff on the car. But that is a much, much bigger front on this. There is a load of space in here. I think this is something like 64 litres. Got the top up for my washer fluid. So yeah, this has got loads of space in it. I reckon when we go over to France, we can get an awful lot of wine cases in there and yeah, load up quite nicely. Well, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to sign off with this one. Apologies for the 10-second kind of failed YouTube stream that I did earlier. But this car is going to feature an awful lot on the channel. I know that as e-tron 55 drivers or e-tron 50 drivers or Q8 drivers, you've been really kind of considering your options, whether to go with a Q8 or come down to the Q6. And really the press reports and all the test drives haven't helped in the slightest. Every car that's out there, including the UK press cars from the UK press launch that was in Norway, they all had air suspension, and this one does not. The UK Q6s come on steel suspension, not air suspension. So it's going to be interesting to see what the comfort levels are like on this. I'm really saying, you know, this is not going to match the air suspension of the e-tron 55 and the Q8. But it's a big Audi. It should be a very, very comfortable car. So I'll let you know how it drives. Of course, you won't keep getting that little button in the boot to lower it, to load stuff in. Again, that's something you won't see on a UK car. If you want to get that air suspension, you've got to go up to the SQ6. That has the adaptive air suspension just like the Q8 and my e-tron 55 does. So yeah, that's quite an expensive car. And quite honestly, if I was spending 92 grand, I wouldn't be buying the SQ6. I'd go and get a Porsche Macan. One of those went past me on the motorway the other day, and it was a thing of beauty. It was absolutely magnificent looking car. So yeah, unfortunately for me with the lease company, the Macan even though it's got a very similar asking price in a Macan 4 versus an Audi Quattro Q6. The Macan was just coming in about 20% more expensive, and I just couldn't justify it. And now my kids hate me. So there you go. There's tough life being a dad and having to be financially responsible. Other cars I looked at, Polestar 3. I went to look at. Had a sit-in one, really impressive car, loads of legroom, quite small on the boot. And then I looked in the Polestar 4 and I just thought, wow, this thing is amazing. I love the Polestar 4. It's a great looking car. It's got loads of space in it. Legroom is way superior to this thing. I thought that was quite an interesting car. The iX, yeah, it ticks all the boxes, but the iX40 I don't think has got the range. The iX50 is a lot of money. So I think this is a pretty good compromise all around. Q6 Sport Quattro. Stay tuned, hit subscribe, and you'll see far more about it in the near future. And of course, there's more to it now. We've got the 500e convertible. That's going to be on the channel. And you never know, might even be able to get Ben to finally put his Piaggio 1 electric moped up on the channel as well and give us a bit more information of that. So yeah, 3 EVs and ever expanding. So yeah, hit subscribe. See you all soon. Hope you like the new car.